This is my speech on incarceration. Incarceration has become a major part of American society. In America, we have the highest incarceration rate in the world. The U.S. rate is 500 prisoners per 100,000 residents, or about 1.6 million prisoners in 2010. This is according to the latest available data from the Bureau of Justice and Statistics. And men make up 90% of the prison and local jail population, and they have an imprisonment rate 14 times higher than the rate for women. Incarceration rates are high for those in their 20s and early 30s. Incarceration rates are significantly higher for blacks and Latinos than for whites. Now, incarceration is supposed to be a deterrence, which threats of punishment deter people from engaging in legal acts. And restitution is where the felon is required to take some action to at least partially return the victim to status quo. In retribution, the felon has harmed society. Therefore, society is entitled to inflict harm in return and rehabilitation. The punishment changes the felon in order to make him a better citizen afterwards. In my opinion, the American society has failed in many of these areas. One can say that society uses prison as modern day slavery today. Some people might suggest that the prison has adopted new Jim Crow laws. Racial disparities inherits our nation's criminal justice system. People of color make up 30% of the United States population, but they account for 60% of those in prison. The incarceration rates have an unequal impact on men of color. One out of every 15 African American men and one out of every 36 Hispanic men are incarcerated. In this comparison to one in every 106 white men. This is a result of unfair sentencing and racial profiling, which leads to more blacks being arrested. Also, people of color get harsher punishment, longer sentences for their crimes than whites do. The white upper classes set and enforce the laws of the land and reap the benefits of this criminal justice system by receiving lighter punishment and sometimes no punishment. People in poverty are targeted by the criminal justice system, while the upper class and the middle class are not. Minorities have the highest rate of poverty in the U.S. and also the highest rate of incarceration. This is an interesting pattern. People in poverty get poor defense for crime or violations that they are on trial for because of lack of funds for a proper defense, while the upper class has the best defense, so the upper class has a less conviction rate than the people in poverty. The fact that upper class, which consists of white males, arrested arrested and convicted at a lower rate puts a larger gap between the rich and poor, and this problem shows up in the prison population. Now, Durkheim concepts of deviance, he stated there are four important functions of deviance. One, deviance affirms cultural values and norms. There can be no good without evil, no justice without crime. Two, deviance defines moral boundaries. People learn right from wrong by defining people as deviant. Three, a serious form of deviance forces people to come together and react in the same way against it. Four, deviance pushes society's moral boundaries, which in turn leads to social change. Society often groups a whole race or class of people as being deviant. This is what creates injustice and inequality within the criminal justice system. The prison system is flawed and needs to be changed, but prison is necessary in any society. There will always be deviant people, so there is a need for prison. The American society sometimes uses prison for a way to oppress certain groups of people. the criminal justice system has really failed in its responsibility for rehabilitating criminals. Thank you.